From being sued for $150,000 to playing in the NFL. These are 12 things you didn't know about LeBron James. For number 1, LeBron isn't just the king of basketball, he's also the king of cap. After the tragic passing of Migos rapper Takeoff, LeBron stated in an interview that he had been listening to them during his first year in Miami in 2010. The only problem is Migos' first mixtape didn't drop until 2011. But this isn't the first time LeBron's lied to our faces. He once told the media that he knew Kobe was going to drop at least 70. And once he hit 70, he might as well go for 80.
Before the game even started, I said he was probably gonna score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that, and my friends was with me, and they was like, okay. So when he got to like 70, I was like, well, he might as well go for 80 now.
But did you know that LeBron loves to read? Me either, because LeBron was once asked what he thought of Malcolm X's autobiography, and this is what he had to say about it.
So you're holding the autobiography of Malcolm X along with Alex Haley. I don't know how far you are into the book, but what's your biggest takeaway so far?
I kind of just started a couple days ago, but I've read and a lot of notes over the years. It's my first time actually reading this from start to finish.
Come on, LeBron. I understand capping once, but getting caught in 4K twice? Man, that's just sad. Now, getting caught in 4K is bad enough, but it's nothing like the time he was sued for $150,000. LeBron was going against his former team, and like any other night, he was dunking on everyone. And after the game, LeBron decided to post one of his monstrous slams on Facebook. But what LeBron didn't know is that the photographer that took the pic was not happy about LeBron posting his work. Typically, Steve Mitchell has his photos available for purchase, but LeBron posted the pic for free on Facebook. And once Mitchell saw, he dialed up his lawyer right away to sue the king for copyright infringement and damages for $150,000. But the king wasn't interested in deleting the post or paying Mitchell for the picture. After all, it was a picture of himself. So he countersued the photographer with a $1 million lawsuit. LeBron was playing no games, but at least that will teach you not to mess with the king. But for number 3, we all know LeBron is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. But even when you're as great as LeBron, you have to start somewhere. LeBron has been playing basketball since he was 9 years old. But when he was first learning how to play, he was doing it with his right hand. And although that doesn't sound like anything special, LeBron James is actually left-handed. He does everything with his left hand, including eating and writing. But for some reason, he learned how to shoot with his right hand. When asked why he learned to shoot with his right hand, this was his response.
I have no idea how I became a right-hand basketball player. I think it was probably Michael Jordan, Penny Hardaway, guys that I looked up to growing up. I was like, I guess I shoot righty, but yeah, I'm pretty much a left-hand guy. I don't take many of those shots. I don't know, I work on my craft, I work on both hands.
This man LeBron is one of the greatest ever, and he uses the wrong hand. But that's not even the craziest thing about LeBron. Because for number 4, LeBron James almost played in the NFL. Although LeBron was one of the best basketball players in the country, he also dominated high school football. In just 2 seasons, he had 103 catches for 2,065 yards and 23 touchdowns, while also being the #1 football prospect in the country. His pace would have put him top 10 in Ohio high school football history. LeBron easily could have gone pro in football if it wasn't for a broken wrist he suffered during a basketball camp. Since the injury took him 2 months to recover, he wouldn't be able to play that football season and sealed his fate to pursue basketball. At that moment, LeBron thought his football career was over, but because of the 2011 NBA lockout, there were only 66 games played in the shortened season. So NFL teams tried their best to recruit LeBron. He even revealed that he was offered invitations by the Dallas Cowboys and Seattle Seahawks to try out for the team. Can you imagine the 6'8", 240-pound LeBron with the 40-inch vertical catching passes in the NFL? Now, we may never see LeBron in an NFL jersey, but we've all seen him wearing number 23. He wore the number throughout his time with the Cavaliers, and when he went to Miami, he switched number 6. But when he went back to the Cavs, he went back to his old number 23. And when he arrived in LA in 2018, he chose the number 23 once again. But once he traded away more than half their young front court for Anthony Davis, LeBron decided he would let AD have the number he wore in New Orleans. So he went back to the number 6. It was only right the Proud Prince would be able to get his number 23 on his new team. However, when LeBron knew he was giving his number to Anthony Davis, the first one to call him wasn't AD. It was Nike. This was because when LeBron wanted to change his number, they told him the inventory for all of his jerseys for the NBA season was already made, including millions of dollars worth of LeBronJames 23 jerseys. And the NBA's rule is that if you want to change your number, you have to pay for the ones already made. So to avoid paying millions of dollars and destroying thousands of jerseys, LeBron stuck with number 23 for that season. And Davis ended up wearing number 3. The next season, LeBron switched from 23 to 6, allowing Davis to finally wear 23. However, Davis ended up saying on stream that he planned on having the number 3 retired in the rafters.
That's the plan, Fortnite Slayer. The plan is to be number 3 hanging in the rafters, bro.
So now, nobody's wearing 23. Although LeBron has seen a lot of success, it wasn't always like this. His mom gave birth to him at 16 years old, and his father would leave before he ever had the chance to meet him. Because of this, LeBron had an extremely tough childhood. Without his father around, they had to move from apartment to apartment because his mom couldn't keep a stable job. She was also in and out of prison for petty crimes such as trespassing and disorderly conduct. This made it hard for LeBron to attend school as a child, and he even missed the majority of his 4th grade as a result. He tried his best to not let this affect him, and he didn't miss a single day of school in the 5th grade. But his school didn't care about his accomplishment, because in his 8th grade yearbook under LeBron's picture, his name wasn't there. Instead, it was the name Michael Quinn, the kid right next to him in the yearbook. The photo of Michael Quinn had LeBron's name underneath it as well. But the worst part about it wasn't even spelled correctly. And in that same yearbook, LeBron was nominated for a few awards. He somehow didn't win most athletic or most likely to succeed. But I think it's safe to say LeBron isn't worried about his 8th grade awards. Now, although he didn't have a father growing up, LeBron did have a father figure to look after him. When LeBron was 8 years old, he was taken in by a youth football coach because his mom was unstable and couldn't take care of him. LeBron lived with Coach Walker and his family so he could still play football for the Southside Rangers. He was by far their best player, scoring 18 touchdowns in just 6 games. During the week, he would live with the Walkers, and his mom would visit him on the weekends. He would receive food, clothes, chores, and responsibilities from the Walkers. And in 2009, LeBron would have an MVP ceremony thrown for him at his old high school, St. Vincent St. Mary's. LeBron would go on to thank the Walker family for being such a huge part of getting him where he is today. Coach Walker was also the first person to put a basketball in LeBron's hand, and the rest is history. LeBron was a freak athlete growing up in high school, and now of course the NBA. This meant he had colleges around the country willing to give him millions to play at their university. This is why when LeBron was suddenly driving a Hummer H2 after his 18th birthday, everyone was skeptical. An investigation would soon begin to see how LeBron was driving such a nice vehicle before making the NBA. The rule is that an athlete can't play in college if they are paid money or accept any gifts to attend that college. And the Hummer that LeBron got wasn't just your standard Hummer from the dealership. This one was decked out with 3 TVs, 28-inch rims, a built-in PlayStation 2, and a wireless keyboard. But it turns out LeBron's mom was the one who gifted the car to her son for his 18th birthday. She used a loan worth $50,000 to pay for it, and the people in charge were not happy about it, since gifts over $100 were not allowed. And this Hummer is worth just a little more than $100. But since his mom showed proof of purchase, the Hummer was just a gift from her, and LeBron avoided any trouble. Talk about the best birthday present ever. Speaking of LeBron in high school, at number 9, we have the time he was the chosen one back in his high school days. When he turned 17, he was given the name the Chosen One, and was put all over Sports Illustrated. If the league didn't have a rule against it, LeBron would have entered the NBA draft draft following his junior season. However, he had to graduate high school first. So in LeBron's senior year, he went on to have a monster year and helped his school win their 3rd state championship. Nowadays, he was on a recent cover of Sports Illustrated with his 2 children, Bronny and Bryce. But they had a new cover name, the Chosen Sons. Maybe one of them will continue the King's legacy. Now, LeBron has been on more magazine covers than just Sports Illustrated. In 2008, LeBron posed with supermodel Gisele Bündchen on the cover of Vogue magazine. At the time, LeBron was only the 3rd man to appear on the cover. And on the cover, he's using the same pose as King Kong, with Gisele dressed like the Statue of Liberty. The two are recreating the scene from the movie. And although this was from 2008, look how close my man LeBron is getting to Tom Brady's ex-wife. He better be careful. But for number 11, I bet you're wondering how LeBron is producing crazy numbers well past his prime at 38 years old. Well, it's because he spends $1.5 million every year on training, recovery, and diet, so he can keep dunking on everyone. LeBron spends this money to make sure he's in the best shape to keep performing and putting himself in the best position to break records. LeBron has the same exact gym equipment as his team's facility, 2 trainers, and a personal chef. LeBron even studies the science of sleeping so he can get the optimal amount of sleep and energy. I'm just surprised he doesn't have hyperbolic chambers somewhere in his $1 million mansions. Oh wait, he does. And you can't forget about always having a glass of wine before bed. But the most important thing LeBron does to maintain his health and dominance is Taco Tuesday.
It's Taco Tuesday!
I mean, who doesn't love tacos? He's currently 38 years old, averaging over 27 points per game. He's on pace to beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record. So I think Taco Tuesday is his secret sauce. But at number 12, one of the craziest facts about LeBron James is how much time he spent being an NBA player. When he joined the NBA, he was 6,878 days old. And since the time of this video, he spent 7,005 days in the NBA. This means LeBron James has been a part of the NBA for more days than he hasn't. He won't always be in the NBA, but spending more than half your life in the NBA is unheard of. But do you know what else is unheard of? How NBA players spend their first million. I'm talking cars, boats, and even thousands of dollars worth of diamond grills. Watch it right now.